Former NFL player Keyshawn Johnson says the Chicago Bears should not only pass up on Caleb Williams if they get the number 1 overall pick, but they should use that pick and draft wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. So let's talk about this, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about Keyshawn Johnson, former NFL wide receiver, having some interesting comments about the entire Justin Fields discourse, right? So, look, folks, this is going to be the topic of conversation literally till the end of the season, till the draft. Like, it is the biggest decision for the Chicago Bears in their franchise in the last 10, 15, 20 years, right? Which is going to be, hey, if they get the number 1 overall pick, are they going to stick with Justin Fields, or are they going to draft Caleb Williams? And Keyshawn Johnson, on Undisputed, former NFL wide receiver, said that he thinks the Bears should stick with Justin Fields. And he thinks not only should they pass up on Caleb if they get the number 1 overall pick, he thinks they should draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, I love Justin, and you know what? Keeping him and not drafting Caleb is not that hot of a take. In fact, I might agree with that. Certainly, I want to see more from Justin, and we still have some more games left. But the take about keeping the number 1 overall pick and drafting Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't know about that. Because if I'm keeping the number 1 overall pick and not taking a quarterback, I'm trading it. I'm sorry, I'm just trading it. I'm going to get a haul just like I did when I traded the number 1 overall pick last year for Bryce Young, and I can still get very good players. I might still be able to get Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3 if I trade, number 1 to another team and Caleb goes number 1 and then Drake May goes 2, and then I could still get Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3. So, yeah, I can't go with Keyshawn on that one. I certainly am trading away that number 1 overall pick. This for sure I'm not backing down on. I'm trading away that number 1 overall pick if I'm not taking Caleb Williams, right, if I haven't made that decision. And, I'm trading down and I'm getting a boatload. I'm getting a king's ransom, and I'm getting as many picks as I can to fill out my team, stockpile the trenches, give Justin Fields more weapons if that is the direction I'm headed towards. So I love you, Keyshawn. Can't agree with you on that one, all right? Now, as far as the Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams debate, folks, like I told you, this is going to be going on for months. Keyshawn brought up some interesting points here about how it's still Justin Fields' second year in, the system, and technically it is. You got to throw out the rookie year, right, when, you had a whole different coaching staff and whatnot. And he basically said, look, Caleb Williams and Richard Sherman also talked about this. Richard Sherman, former cornerback, Pro Bowl cornerback for the 49ers. He talked about the fact that it doesn't matter who you have at quarterback. If you do not build a proper team around them, it won't matter. And I've been hammering this drum for so long, folks, which is if you have a complete team, Justin Fields is good enough to lead you to where you need to go. He's good enough at that point. Justin Fields is not good enough to overcome all of the bad around him. Not a lot of quarterbacks are. There's probably only a handful, probably only, 4 or 5 quarterbacks like that. But if you have the right structure in place in terms of, the weapons, the offensive line, the defensive line, the coaching, if you have all that, Justin Fields is good enough to succeed in that. And he brought up, Brock Purdy is a good example. I always use Jalen Hurts, but Brock Purdy's a great one. Brock Purdy, would he really be that effective if he did not have Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle and a great left tackle and Trent Williams? No, he wouldn't. It's a team sport. And so we all know Justin's not perfect, but if you build the team around him, hey, he could be perfect. Now, the question becomes, hey, is Caleb Williams good enough to overcome all of the bad? Because if we draft him and he comes into a situation, yeah, he's probably walking into a better situation, certainly is, than what Justin did. But is he still good enough to overcome all of that? I don't know. Again, I still think he has some of the same issues that Justin has, where he holds football on too long, tries to go off strip too much. To me, the antithesis of a Justin Fields quarterback for the Bears is a straight pocket passer who sits in the pocket, dissects the defense, goes through his progressions, reads, and makes the right throws, a la a Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm just saying that's kind of what the anti-Justin Fields, people would say that the Bears need, right? Which is a strict pocket passer. I'm not saying I want that, but that would be kind of highlighting Justin Fields' weakness and another guy bringing up those would be the strengths for that other person. So to me, Caleb Williams kind of has the similar traits as Justin Fields. And yeah, you get the whole argument about resetting the QB clock and all this stuff and whatnot. But like I said, folks, I'm not there yet. I still need to see more. We still have more games left. We don't have to make that decision right now. So that's where I'm at. But that's what Keyshawn Johnson said. And, I thought it was interesting. But I'm not there with the Marvin Harrison Jr. thing. I'd love to draft him, but I'm trading that number 1 overall pick if I'm not taking Caleb Williams. So let me know what you guys think, man. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.